everybody, Mystical Love and Light here. I was thinking about people that need to think about ways to do manifestations, to put your intentions into workings, to put your energy into workings, but yet you live in a home. Maybe you have a husband, maybe you have children, maybe you have roommates, and you don't want anybody to know what you're doing. Maybe you, just for your own personal reasons, maybe you don't want them to know, or maybe they won't approve. Maybe it's just family members in general that you're afraid they won't approve, but yet you have that calling to want to learn how to manifest things. Okay, so this is kind of like maybe a basic 101, a basic, somebody just starting out. I wrote down some notes to go over so that I wouldn't just, I'm always everywhere anyway, but you know, to try to explain on giving you some examples on how you can work around the situation of other people. And so this is like ways to use magic in your life, in, you know, when living with someone who doesn't approve, or maybe you're hiding it for whatever reason. I'm not here to judge. I don't judge. I'm just trying to throw some information out there. Maybe you already know it if you're watching this. Maybe it's things that you haven't thought about. So what you want to do is, if you've never really thought about how to go about it without someone knowing what you're doing, you want to learn the correspondence of herbs, of what nature has to offer you. Okay, do some research. That way when you run across certain things, you're like, oh, I can use this for, you know, whatever. I can make a wreath out of this and nobody will ever know it, and you know, I can put some ribbon around it, and you know, for the color magic, and so many things you can do that nobody will ever know what you're up to. So learn the correspondence of magic, the very basics of magic. Learn what they are, what they do. You may have one flower that's outside that you know of, and you pass by it every single day, never think nothing of it. Look it up. See what the magical correspondences are on it. It could be 10 different things that you've never thought of. Maybe it's there for protection. Maybe it repels negativity. Maybe it's there for prosperity. Maybe it's there for a hex. You don't know. Maybe it's there for exorcisms. Learn what the correspondences are of the stuff that is around you. The easiest way to even get started on that, to see what's in your daily life, is go to your kitchen. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down all the herbs that you use for your cooking. All the herbs, garlic, onions, whatever you, seasonings, whatever you use to cook with. Write them down, write a list. So that way you can incorporate that into your magic. So if you want to do a money working, but you don't want nobody to know, use things that will pertain Maybe you've got all kinds of herbs in your kitchen, and a lot of them will pertain to abundance, for money, for prosperity. Look them up, see what they are. So as you're cooking, before you just put it in, you're getting separated, you're for the family, you're just putting it in and being done with it. No, think about it. I'm going to put this in it. I'm going to put this in it. I'm going to put this in it. And as you're putting the individual ones, I want money to come to me. I need some quick money. I don't want no harm to come to nobody, but, you know, I'm asking the universe to show me, you know, ways that I can bring money into my life. Things like that you want to manifest. So if you're cooking, who's going to know that's what you're doing? Because you're going to be saying it to yourself. You're not going to be saying it out loud for everybody to hear. So think all through this. I'm going to say several times, think outside the box. Think about ways that you can incorporate it into your daily life. Your daily hidden magic. Okay? So, you look up each one. You see what the magical correspondences are on it. And you use it according to whatever working you're going to be doing at that time. So I'm going to give you different examples and stuff throughout my pages here that I wrote down. You can even use the salts that you put in. A salt is for protection. Maybe you're cooking and you want to add some salt into it and say, you know, while I'm doing this, I want to add this salt into it for protection for my family. For protection of my animal, so that if my animal happens to get lost or something, he will be protected while he's out there. Maybe somebody will find him and bring him back. Everything you're doing in your daily life, you can incorporate magic into it. Okay? Whenever you need to make, like ahead of time, you need to make some sauces or dips. Maybe you need to make a little batch of certain seasonings that you're going to be using through the week. Start incorporating that into your daily magic. Say what you want to accomplish. Say what you want and visualize the outcome. Put your intentions into what you are doing. Consider that a working and manifest it. Okay? Your husband don't need to know. Your children don't need to know. Your family members don't need to know. Your roommate don't need to know. Whoever's passing by don't need to know. They don't need to know what you're doing, because you're doing it in here and you're doing it in here. Okay? So, that will be you hiding your magic and nobody will know. It don't have to be out in the open. I sell body sprays in my Etsy shop that correspond with certain magical correspondences. Look at my Etsy shop and look at it and see what is all on there. I have lip glosses that I make. And my lip glosses, I put certain stones in them or crystals in them or jaspers in them or whatever to correspond with what you are trying to manifest for that day. And I've got them in it. All of my items that I have on Etsy, I've already cleansed them, I've charged them, I've energized them. When you get them, you put in your intentions into what you want to manifest, what you want to happen. Look it up. Look what's on there. It'll give you an idea. So if you're going to, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, do it, color code it. Because that's also a visual. if you can visualize things, it works a whole lot easier. A lot of things that you use, it's because people don't know how to visualize. They don't know how to bring it all together. So if you have something, you can use it, and it helps you to visualize, to manifest, to put your intentions into it. So whatever you're doing that day, wear the clothes, wear the spray, wear lip gloss or whatever. You know, the prosperity thing. If you're trying to bring prosperity to you that day, wear green. Wear a green shirt or a green bracelet or green jewelry, green shoes. If you're going to go out and you have a green purse, put the green purse on. Incorporate color into your workings to help your manifestation happen, because you are visualizing your intent and what you are seeing the outcome to be. Okay. That page is done. I may have covered this. Okay. So if you don't have an altar, I hear a lot of people, not that I hear them, that they're talking to me, but sending me messages, texts and stuff. A lot of my subscribers, and you know, instead of putting a comment there, they'll send me an email or something. And they're like, oh, I don't have an altar, and I don't want everybody knowing what I'm doing, and you know, how do I get around that? Okay, very easy. You don't have to have an altar like I have. I have a money altar over there. I have an ancestor altar over here. I have the area here that I do all of my workings on, depending on what kind of working it is, whether I'm on that end or this end or whatever. Okay? If you're in the kitchen, you don't want nobody knowing what you're doing. Make a little space, no bigger than this. Just clear off a little space in a corner or on the side or something, that you know that none of the other family members are even going to be using it, because you have it out of the way. Wipe it off, cleanse it off. And in your head, tell yourself, that's going to be my altar spot. You don't have to put nothing there at the time. Just keep it clear. That's your altar spot. Nobody knows it. Okay. People think you have to have this, you have to have that, you have to have all this on your altar. No. It can be as basic as the one thing you put on it as a time, or 100 things you want it on a time. But since you're doing it like incognito, you don't want nobody to know, you only place what you want in that spot that you in your head knows that's your altar, that little space that you're going to be using it for. But you're going to use stuff and put on it that nobody will question. Okay? So you clear that little space off. And just get you a small glass. Don't use plastic. I have a thing with plastic. A glass. It can be as small as a shot glass. It could be just a regular water drinking glass. Whatever you want to use. Put your little water in it. And sit it there. People passing by, I think you set a glass of water there. Well, technically you set a glass of water there. But what you're doing is when you set that glass of water there, you say, I'm giving this offering. I'm putting this on my altar. I'm giving this offering to the universe, to the ether. I'm thanking them for everything they've done for me in my life. For protection, whatever. Like I say, people going by, they'll think you set a glass of water there. They don't know that you put that there as an offering, and what you're saying. If you have any deities, whether it's an angel, Saint Michael, whether it's your God, whether it's whatever deity that you want to say thank you to, just say it. Put the glass down there. Water's a conduit. It pulls in like energy from spirits that they can use. Okay? If you're cooking that day, get you just the smallest little bowl that you have and just put a little bit of food in it and sit it there. Say, this is an offering for you, for me to say thank you. People passing by think, oh, she put a bowl of food right there. Maybe she's going to come get it and eat it later. Maybe it's going to go in the trash or something. Maybe you made a salad and you just want to get a little salad and put it in the bowl, sit it there. Leave it there for like half the day as an offering. Don't leave it overnight. Some people do, I would imagine, but in your in your situation, you're trying to hide things, so you don't want to leave it there overnight. Leave it there half a day. If it's something like salad that can be taken out, or even a piece of bread, maybe you've laid a piece of bread there. Something that you can give back to nature, take it outside and throw it out. The rabbits will eat the salad. Birds will eat the bread. If it's anything that can be put back into the earth for the animals, throw it out there for them. Whoever you gave that offering to is going to appreciate it, that it didn't go to waste. Whatever it is. So you always say thank you to them. Now the water you're going to put there, yeah, you can use tap water. That's fine. Also, if you want to catch rainwater, if it's thundering, and you want to catch thunderstorm water, that's pulling in even more energy. So you can put your glass out there. You can come over here, honey. What'd you find out there?
I don't know if it's real or not.
He's in the storage building. He's in the these are not like real gold. These are one of those things that you order something and for X amount of money for an extra $39 or something. No, honey. He's cleaning the storage building. He's like, look what I found out there. If you have something like this and you want to sit it on your altar, sit it on your altar. So, he saw these and thought they were rubies. He's like, I thought we were rich. Well, we are rich. We have each other. So, anyway, put you a glass outside, a bowl outside, and come on, catch you some rainwater. That's great for putting on your altar. Okay. This is Velvet. If I have any, oh, by the way, if I have any new subscribers, this is Velvet Shadow. She's a camera hog. She likes to be on camera. And for my old subscribers, thanks for sticking with me. All my new subscribers, thank you for joining. Watch all my videos. A lot of them I always try to teach how to do things or give tips or advice. You can take it or leave it. But anyway, this is Velvet. Velvet, say hi. Hi. Good girl. Good girl. All right, she got to get her hug. She's got her fix on camera. Now let her down. All righty. Mwah. All right, baby girl. Okay. Now, so be nonchalant on asking your family members, your roommates, or whoever. Ask them what their favorite scents are. Like, what do they like to smell in the house? Like lavender, peppermint, anything like that. What you want to do is you want to ask them because you want them not to question things that you do that's out of the ordinary. So if they don't like you burning candles in the house, just to burn candles, use the seasons for the reason for burning a candle. So get them in the mood of, if it's say if it's autumn or whatever, and you say you want to get them in the season of say cinnamon. They like cinnamon. Tell them you want to get in the spirit of the season, that you want to get a scented candle of whatever they like. Include them in it. They're less likely to question anything, especially if you use the seasons. Okay? So, you want to get you a candle, get your essential oil, if they like cinnamon, whatever they like. Let's say the lavender, whatever. Put your couple drops in it and burn it. But when you are putting the drops in it, know the correspondence of that scent, of that essential oil that you are using. Try to get you a candle color that's going to correspond with what you're going to use it for. That way you can say, oh honey, look at this, it looks so pretty for the season. It brings in the season. You know, it makes me feel like, you know, it's spring, or that it's summer, or it's winter, or whatever. Try to incorporate that, but ask the people in the family what their favorite scents are. You don't want to get something and go, God, that stinks. Well, if they picked the scent, they're going to enjoy it too, but you're using it for your magical workings, okay? Alrighty. You do this same thing for like potpourri. If you want to do a certain working and it calls for certain flowers, get you some potpourri that has those flowers in it. Make your own potpourri. Go outside, gather up some flowers, gather up some little pieces of wood also. Put them in a bowl, you know, sit them on the table or sit them where you know that you have made for an altar. Sit it there. Put the essential oils in it. And put your intentions into what you want to manifest. So you're using everyday things to manifest what you want without other people knowing it. Okay? But know what the magical correspondences are. That way you're using them for what you are wanting, for what your intentions are. Okay? So you can even, while you're doing that and you're getting the flowers, if you need to dry them out, lay them outside in the sun on a paper or something, go out there and flip them over a couple times a day for 2-3 days. They're dry, and use them as potpourri. You can also incorporate leaves into it, wood into it, whatever. If you see any certain stones you want to research them and see what they're good for, and you want to incorporate that into it. They will think it's just the bowl of flowers that smells pretty for the house. They don't know you're doing magical workings. Okay? So, you always put your intentions in it and visualize. And always think out the box on what you can, you know, how you can use it. There's so many ways you can use your magic daily without anyone ever knowing what you're doing. Oh my goodness, you're back already? Oh, you little hog. You little hog. You little hog. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for the kissy. Thank you for the kissy kissy. Okay. Now, like I said, in my shop, I have the lipsticks. They're like clear lip gloss, but they have stones in them that correspond with certain things. So like, well, just whatever, there's like a whole different set of them. You can look them up. I've got on there on what the magical correspondences are of them. You can use it that day. No, everybody just thinks you got some shiny lip gloss on. Okay? So don't forget, whatever you use from nature, like leaves, water, wood, flowers, etc., always say thank you to nature. Always say thank you. Okay? That's a big deal. If you have children, make a fun game out of it. Tell them you need to get a little bit of walking in, a little exercise. Tell them, let's go outside and collect some stuff. You know, I need to walk around. We'll see what we can find. Make a game out of it. You can even do the same thing with your husband and say, let's go for a walk. And as you're walking, you're like, oh, look at that pretty flower. Look at that rock. Pick it up, put it in your pocket. So you can do the same thing. Come home, put it in a little bowl, put your little essential oil on it, whatever scents they said they like. Sit in that little altar spot. Tell them that's a good spot. When you're in the kitchen working and it's hot in the kitchen or whatever, you can smell it. It smells good. So do things that you can put around the house, like crafts. Make you some wreaths. Go out and find you some vines and stuff and make you a wreath. Put some yarn on it, whatever color that you want to coordinate that color for your color magic. Incorporate that into it. Anything you can do to put around the house, do it, because you are doing workings and manifesting, putting your intentions, visualizing on what you want to see happen. And nobody has to know it. Are you going to flip my paper for me? You going to flip the paper for me? Okay. Okay. We've colored on going on a nature walk. If you live close to, say, the sea, the ocean, or whatever, collect seashells, collect sand, collect anything that comes to mind that you see, collect it. And then when you go home and nobody is around or whatever, your husband's at work, whatever, if you're at work and you're on your break, look up the magical, I gotta trim your nail, baby. Look up the magical correspondences of those items so that you know how to incorporate in them when you're fixing to do a working, and you can use those in it. Okay? You can wear this, like I say, with my husband when he brought the certain jewelry to correspond with whatever workings you are trying to manifest. Okay? If you have any stones, crystals, anything like that, make you a bracelet. Make you a bracelet to ward off evil or negative energies or whatever like that. If you're out with your husband shopping or something and you see something, don't have to be expensive, and you see something that you think that will work with what you are wanting to do in your magical workings, say, oh, look at this, honey. Look at this. It's so pretty. Let them see if they make the decision to say, well, if you want it, I'll get it for you. And if they don't worry about it. You'll come across something that you can probably use in nature that you can work. Maybe it was a black bracelet. Maybe you'll come across some little black pebbles or something and get you some wire, and you can wire them together and make you a wire bracelet. Can I put you down now? Can I put you down now, Mama? Okay, you just licked my nose. Okay, so think outside the box on what you can use. So many things in nature you can use. If you're just going out in the grass, think about grounding. If you're out there by yourself, take your shoes off. Stand out there, stand by the tree, stand in the grass, ground yourself. Thank nature for being there for you. So you use nature to make crafts that you can make all sorts of items to put around the house. Stay in touch with nature inside your house. Bring nature into your house. Especially if you see things after the season that you know you can use it for workings during the year, get it. Anything you can use to manifest what you want, what you are going to make it happen. Like I say, use colored yarn to color coordinate your workings. Scarves, anything like that. Spend your free time researching what nature has to offer. Research magic correspondence for flowers, leaves, stems, roots, trees, water sources, rivers, creeks, pebbles, stones, etc., etc., etc. So you can incorporate them into your daily magical life. Use certain soaps You get ready to go take your shower, your bath. Use certain soaps that have essential oils in them. Make sure that you're wanting to use a certain essential oil that's in it to manifest certain things that you're still wanting to incorporate. Same way with salt. You can take your little bit of salt in a little bowl into the shower. You don't want to put the salt, the glass will get slippery. So that's about the only time that I will say use plastic. In case you drop it, you're not going to break it in the shower or the tub. But just salt. When you are taking a shower or a bath, take a little bit of salt, and after you've washed off, you know, rub that salt on you and then rinse it off. And as you're doing that, say a prayer for your intentions on cleansing any negativity away from you that you might have picked up during the day while you were out shopping. That's all magical, okay? No one will ever know that you're using magic in the bathroom. Also, don't forget to dress with your colors. Like I said earlier, make all of your daily, everyday work for you, not against you when it comes to your magic. So if you're doing a working, manifesting money, abundance, and you don't know, you don't want anybody to know where the colors, and as you are putting the colors on, say I'm wearing this color, I want to manifest blah, 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 incorporate it into it. Always think outside the box. So I've taken 31 minutes and 50 seconds of your time at the moment. I will let you go. Hopefully this will help you at least get started on your magical journey. And as things go on, you will start learning more and more on thinking outside the box, and you'll start progressing to more and more things that you can, how you can use your magic in every day. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.